What's up, you guys? This is Steven, and I'm back with some news. And this news is especially for the Ayumites, the Ayumi Hamasaki stands and fans. All right. So I was browsing around on the internet, and I ran across this article. The article is really short and straight to the point, so I'll just read it and give my opinion. So here I go. All right. The title of the article is Ayumi Hamasaki to collaborate with Taiwanese boy band or boy group SpeXial, quote unquote. Okay, and I got this news from a website called musicjapanplus.jp. So thanks a lot to them. All right. It has been revealed that Ayumi Hamasaki is going to collaborate with a popular Taiwanese group SpeXial. Alright, so I never heard of the Taiwanese group SpeXial, but to be fair, the only Taiwanese person or musical artist I really know about is Jolin Tsai. So hey, it's always good to learn, something new about what Taiwanese music has to offer. The Taiwanese music scene and what it has to offer. Let's see. SpeXial is a boy group that consists of 10 members. All right. And by the way, SpeXial consists of 10 members. However, 2 of those members are currently serving in the military. I believe that's some like that in Taiwan, because it's governed or owned by China. You have to serve in the military, I believe. So the 2 members are serving in the military. So there are 10 members, but you may see them as an 8-member group because the 2 members are serving in the military. So there you go. All right. Next, they are gaining popularity through a hit drama and a co-produced drama between Japan and Taiwan. And they failed to mention the hit drama, the name of it. So yeah. All right, on to the next. The collaborative song by Hamasaki and SpeXial is called Sayonara featuring SpeXial. It is produced by DJ producer Daishi Dance. I think that's how you say it. DAISHI and then dance. So Daishi Dance. All right, so I wonder, because usually Ayumi Hamasaki, she writes all her songs usually. So I'm wondering, did she write this song? Did she co-write this song, or is this song totally written by someone else? Because usually, when it comes to Ayumi Hamasaki, she writes her songs, like I just said. And I haven't really known her to perform other people's material unless it's a cover. And that's the only time I've seen Ayumi Hamasaki perform songs written by other people. But hey, either way it goes, I'd be willing to listen to the song at least and give it a chance. In fact, I might be willing to give it even more of a chance if it wasn't written by Ayumi Hamasaki. Just because, Ayumi Hamasaki has written so many songs, at this point, it's like, okay, you wrote a song, okay, and water is wet. We know that, But I wonder what the song is like, Let me finish this article, and then I'll entertain you with my thoughts and predictions. All right. SpeXial visited Japan the other day and made a music video together with Hamasaki in Tokyo. They shared a group shot taken on that day. All right, so SpeXial took a trip to Japan, a special trip to Japan to film a video with Ayumi Hamasaki. Only could we all be so lucky? Could we all get that type of treatment? Probably not. And they took a group photo together, so that is cool. That's definitely a memento that I would keep with me and take with me for the rest of my life, to have, you know, a group photo with Ayumi Hamasaki, you know. Let's see. The new song Sayonara featuring SpeXial and music video are going to be released on her new mini album on August 5th this year. Okay, so apparently Ayumi Hamasaki is going to release a mini album this year. I really don't think that is probably the best idea, but can it really hurt her career at this point? You know? But I don't think it's a good idea for her to. She just released the album this year, like sometime in like May or June or April. April, May. It's probably like April. I think she released the album. A1 Steak Sauce, y'all, right? But yeah, apparently she's going to be, you know, releasing a mini album on August 5th of 2015. This year, y'all. All right, so the release information is as follows. You know, it'll be released on you know, August 5th, 2015, and it'll come in the CD only version, the CD plus DVD version, and the CD plus Blu-ray version. Okay, so you know, typical, not for Ayumi typical, but you know, standard. It is standard for Ayumi. She has like, you know, 50 different variations of CDs she released, like the CD plus DVD, CD plus Blu-ray, CD plus DVD with a scented candle, CD plus Blu-ray, you know, plus a UPS port to plug it in and, you know, have the album on your UPS port or something. You know, like so many different variations, like, you know, music card G. So yeah, you know, for Ayumi Hamasaki, this is, you know, toned down and standard. Well, not standard for her, but it's toned down, definitely. All right, so that's pretty much the end of this article. So let's see, what will this song be like though? Is it gonna be a dance song? Because I don't really see Ayumi as the dance song type of person, and that's not a slight against Ayumi, you know. But I don't. But she could probably pull it off. But sometimes I don't know. Sometimes Ayumi Hamasaki's voice, it doesn't seem to be very flexible when it comes to certain things. Like Ayumi Hamasaki, like she has the material that works for her, for the most part. But I'm not sure if she is, you know, flexible enough to pull off certain things. But to be fair, I think she probably could pull off a dance song number, but it's just a little strange coming from Ayumi, because usually I'm more accustomed to hearing Ayumi do songs like, you know, Momentum, or Because of You, or Game, Daybreak, you know. But to be fair, her songs that she's done and released have had, you know, some of them have had like a dance influence in them, like maybe say Real Me or Beautiful Fighters, you know. But yeah, so if Ayumi Hamasaki wrote this song, y'all know it's gonna be all about, you know, we're gonna have some Ayumi Hamasaki chants up in there. You know, she's gonna be chanting about something like, you know, like ya 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 ga 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 wow 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 whoa 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 whoa, or like la 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 la, or like la 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 la, or hey 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 hey, hey 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 hey. So yeah, you know, if Ayumi Hamasaki wrote the song, it'll most likely have, you know, her little chant parts, you know, her little, you know, I guess I call them chants. Sometimes I call it like, you know, Ayumi Hamasaki scatting, but probably chants are more accurate. Let's see, what else Ayumi Hamasaki is, you know, her signature when it comes to writing her songs, you know. So we have the chants. Let's see, the song will probably be something kind of like personal. She probably won't, it'll probably be like a breakup song. She probably won't, it seemed kind of a little down, maybe, you know, a slightly a depressed feel. But I don't know. I just don't feel like Ayumi Hamasaki is going to go that direction because it's featuring SpeXial and they're a boy group. But then again, I don't know. This song could go any type of direction now that I really think about it, though. Because, you know, boy groups do kind of do like the romantic songs. So it's like, baby, I miss you. Oh, oh. Then Ayumi Hamasaki chimes back, but baby, sayonara to you. I say to you, sayonara. Because you gotta do me right. You gotta treat me good. You gotta hold me tight. So, is it going to be an R&B number? Who knows? You know, so many different options. You know. But let's see. My predictions. Let's see. This is produced by DJ producer Dashy Dance. I'm assuming this is probably going to be a dance number. Okay, so no slow songs, no R&B type of songs, no. I don't think it's going to be like, you know, typical Ayumi Hamasaki. And it probably shouldn't be because she is featuring another group, and this is her way of kind of like trying to try something new, you know, as well as probably hanging with the times and keeping up with the times, you know. Because I think at this point, you know, Ayumi's trying to have something that sells because a lot of her efforts, her previous efforts, haven't, you know, sold as much as probably, you know, Avex expects her stuff to sell. So perhaps she's trying to keep up with the times because I think right now it's kind of like about dance songs and maybe like groups instead of solo artists in Japan. So maybe that's part of it too. Not sure, you know. But I'll say that I think she's probably trying to keep up with the times. Because, like I said, I don't really see Ayumi as like the dancey type of musical artist, you know. And that's not a slight, you know. I accept and like you know, Ayumi Hamasaki for who she is as a musical artist, definitely. But yeah, I wonder how the music video is gonna be. We just barely know how the song gonna be. So is Ayumi gonna be dancing, like doing like a really intense dance number? I don't really see Ayumi Hamasaki as, you know, a strong dancer. You know, she might be able to do a little something. You know, but to be fair, you know, I think she could probably do like a little something though. You know. But like I said, hey, there's so many different possibilities, and I'm looking forward to seeing this collaboration. You know. This could be a song that really sticks with me, you know, that I'm listening to over and over again. Because like lately, I haven't really, you know, really been listening to any Ayumi Hamasaki songs, like her newer stuff, like over and over again. But hey, you know, I wish Hamasaki and SpeXial good luck in this collaboration. You know, hopefully this collaboration will help, you know, revive Ayumi Hamasaki's music career, you know. But that's it, all I have to say for the time being. At this point, I'm just rambling. So let me bring this video to an end. Thanks a lot for watching. Feel free to comment. Feel free to subscribe. Feel free to give me a thumbs up. Your feedback and support are extremely appreciated and extremely valued. Into the next news article analysis. Adios and goodbye for now.